a story of inspiration from Dogs of Destiny.
I always felt like if I could encourage or inspire other people to be successful, then I was accomplishing something in life. And I never realized that one day I would have to inspire myself. The 30th of April of 2019, I woke up and I no longer had vision. Yeah. We did all the eye surgeries. We just know there's a miracle out there. And you grasp at every straw because you're like, if it affords me just one more day, it just wasn't in the cards. There were so many things still that I hadn't done. I hadn't seen Gwendolyn grow up yet. I wanted to know what she was going to look like. I worried about forgetting what my husband looked like.
Hey, power move. Nice.
You would think that people would be worried about never driving again or never being able to find that last Fruit Loop in the bowl of cereal. But no, I wasn't concerned about those things. I was concerned about the things that we all take for granted every day.
My mom is amazing. And after she lost her sight, I feel like there was a pause in our lives.
It really it broke her. It really did. It was a tough thing to say.
But then you wake up and you say, you know what? Has to be something better. I can either sit on the edge of my seat and I can blindly put on my shoes, my socks, hope that my clothes match at the end of the day and say, this is gonna be a miserable day. Or I could throw my hands in the air and get ready for a roller coaster ride. What's the day gonna bring? Am I gonna bump into one of those big Walmart pillars? Or am I gonna walk away with somebody else's shopping cart? I've done that. Just embrace the day.
I had been angry for a very long time that the resources that my mom had were not what I wished they had been, so I hopped online and I started looking. What can I do? How can I help my mom? And I found it. I'm like, Mom, there's this thing. Southeastern Guide Dogs, they are going to help you.
I didn't want to wear the label. I didn't want people to go, aw, poor Lynn, she's blind.
And I told her, no, Mom, this is gonna be the thing. This is gonna be what puts you back on the map, what gives you your independence again. And I think we both needed that knowledge that there was some miracle that could help her.
I did the application, and when I got the phone call in February that my dog was ready, you could have set the world on fire. And I wouldn't have traded places with the Queen of England.
It was literally like watching a 3-year-old coming down the stairs at Christmas.
Me, the blind lady who didn't want to wear the label, could actually get on a bus, go shopping, have my dog with me, who could help me find the door? Are you kidding me? It was just overwhelming, and I kept thinking about, what's his name gonna be? What's her name gonna be?
And dropping her off at campus was the most terrifying, most exhilarating thing I've ever done.
What a magical day. What a terrifying day. I had to get out of the car. And leave the only security I had known for 2 years. I had written my dear superhero a letter. And in that letter, I had told my superhero I'm not a quitter. And I couldn't start out on day one as a quitter.
My favorite thing she said to me on the first night is, I'm gonna start living again.
And then the day came in which I was gonna meet my superhero. I cannot put into words what that moment meant. I remember saying,
AJ, come. Hi.
and he's been beside me ever since. The day that I got to meet AJ's puppy raiser, I found out that Jim was also AJ's sponsor. He shared with me that AJ was named after his grandchildren, Alexander and Jenna, who sadly passed away at birth. There's no pain like losing a child. I've been there, done that. So I promised Jim that day that AJ and I would take on the world and that we would leave a legacy behind that he can be very proud of, and that we would do it in their memory. There would be no superhero without people like Jim to either raise the puppies or to sponsor them and set them up for success. In a sense, Jim is a superhero in his own right. He just doesn't wear a cape that people can see. We're gonna change things. Me and AJ, one heart at a time, one soul inspired at a time. From the time that he was born, he was destined to be a superhero. And he was destined to be my superhero. My life will never be the same.
View every episode of Dogs of Destiny at guidedogs.org/dogsofdestiny.